In this video, we're diving into something that might sound a little dry, but is absolutely important for your career decisions: corporate governance. You've probably heard the term before, but why does it really matter? What makes it so important for you as a prospective employee? Let's break it down and hopefully make it interesting. So what exactly is corporate governance? In simple terms, it's the system of rules, practices, and processes that a company puts in place to direct and control its operations. Imagine it like the government. Just like federal, state, and local governments set the rules for citizens, corporate governance lays down the rules for all the key players in the company: shareholders, managers, employees, customers, suppliers, and even the community. It ensures everyone's on the same page, following the same game plan to achieve company goals. How do we set it up? A corporate governance system has two parts: internal and external. Let's break these down. Internal governance includes the board of directors, the audit committee, management, internal controls, and internal audits. External governance covers external forces like the financial markets, think Wall Street, state and federal regulations, court decisions, and even shareholder proposals. These parts work together to make sure the company runs smoothly and responsible. So what's the end goal? Great corporate governance isn't just about making money. It's about creating a company that operates with integrity and transparency while balancing the interests of all stakeholders. But let's be real. Many companies are heavily focused on making money for shareholders. So let's talk about one of the trickiest parts of corporate governance: the principal agent problem. In a nutshell, corporations are typically run by managers, but the owners, the shareholders, want those managers to work in their best interests. The problem is the goals of managers and owners don't always align. As Adam Smith said, managers of other people's money cannot be expected to watch over it with the same vigilance as if it were their own. One solution to this dilemma: deferred stock options. Managers are given shares in the company, but they can't cash them in immediately. They have to wait until the shares grow in value, which aligns their interests with the shareholders. But does this really mean managers will act in the best interest of everyone? Not always. That's where stewardship comes in. This view suggests that managers and directors are stewards of the company and have a fiduciary duty to prioritize the company's well-being over personal interests. Let's look at some real-world examples. Microsoft is often hailed for its solid corporate governance. They've got an independent board, transparent reporting, and strong ethics and compliance. These practices have helped them build long-term success and trust. Unilever is another example. Their commitment to sustainability and ethical practices is integrated into their governance framework. Their clear separation between CEO and board chairperson, combined with independent directors, helps ensure transparency and trust with stakeholders. On the flip side, let's talk about companies that suffered because of weak corporate governance. FTX collapsed in 2022 due to a total lack of transparency, financial mismanagement, and risky practices. This is a textbook case on how poor corporate governance can destroy a company almost overnight. Credit Suisse experienced governance breakdowns leading to massive losses and legal issues. Their failures to manage risks, along with questionable decision-making at senior levels, led to a banking disaster. Why should you care as a potential employee? As you think about where you want to work, understanding a company's governance structure is a game changer. If you want to work at a company that's ethical, transparent, and built for the long haul, corporate governance should be on your radar. Here are 10 key factors to keep in mind when evaluating a company's governance. There's board structure and independence. ask yourself, does this board have independent directors who can make unbiased decisions? Look for a clear separation between the CEO and chairperson. This keeps the power balanced. In terms of transparency and reporting, is the company open about its financial performance? Check for regular, accurate financial reporting. Transparency is a sign of accountability. Another factor is ethical standards and compliance. What's their code of conduct? Do they have strong ethics and compliance programs? Companies that walk the talk in terms of ethics tend to attract top talent. For risk management, look for a company that knows how to manage risks, is one that can weather storms. Look for a solid risk management framework and effective internal controls. And shareholder rights includes practices like regular shareholder meetings, transparent voting processes, and responsiveness to shareholder concerns. Have there been very public shareholder lawsuits? Corporate culture and leadership is often reflected in the integrity and ethical standards of the leadership team. Understand the company's culture and values. A culture that promotes ethical behavior and accountability often correlates with good corporate governance. Investigate any past governance issues or scandals to get a sense of the company's track record of governance issues. This can provide insight into how the company has responded to governance challenges and what improvements have been made. For stakeholder engagement, evaluate how the company addresses concerns and feedback from employees, customers, and other stakeholders. A company with strong governance typically has a mechanism for stakeholder engagement and feedback. Also look for third-party ratings or reviews from organizations that evaluate corporate governance practices, such as governance ratings agencies or industry analysts. And finally, regulatory compliance. This includes checking if the company has a history of regulatory compliance issues or legal disputes. A history of frequent violations or disputes can be a red flag. By carefully evaluating these aspects, you can gain a better understanding of the strength and quality of a company's corporate governance practices, helping you make an informed decision about potential employment.